Hi, good evening, and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. My name is Miriam. Tonight I'd like to share with you this phenomenal casserole that I'm putting together with a bechamel sauce. I did a bechamel sauce or a white sauce earlier, and this is it sitting here. And I put it in the fridge, and the trick is, of course, with a white sauce or a bechamel sauce, is that you put the cling film or the plastic film right on top so that it doesn't produce a scum. So this is all ready to go. And it's about 3 cups of white sauce that's ready to go, and it's going to go into my casserole. So I'm just going to put this to the side. So in the pot here, sizzling away in butter and oil, I have about a cup of mushrooms diced. Now these mushrooms are going to be very interesting. They're just delicious. These are king oyster mushrooms, and I have beach mushrooms. I have white and brown, and cremini. So these, I just happened to pick this variety up at the local store. I thought, why not give that a try? So they're now sauteing away, and they are beautiful and brown and aromatic, and it's gorgeous. To that, I'm going to add 3 anchovy fillets. So I'm just going to chop those up. And why anchovies, you ask? Well, because they just lend such a beautiful taste to almost everything. I just need to get a cloth in my hand. So in goes the anchovies, and that'll also give us the salt that is so beautiful in these dishes. To that, I want to add a little bit of a green chili, so I'm just going to quickly chop up the chili, just the way it is, don't worry about it. In actual fact, sometimes I put the chilies in the freezer because I buy them and then I don't want them to go bad. So this actually was a frozen chili, which I'm just going to add, and it's going to be great for flavor. Alright, so that's the mushrooms, the olive oil, the butter, the anchovies, and the chilies. Alright, now, what I have here is a cup of seafood medley, and you can buy this at any of the grocery stores. And it's got squid and prawns and mussels and clams. So I have a cup of this seafood medley. This is what it looks like. It's going to be perfect. Plus, I have 1 tilapia fillet left that I'm going to add as well. So I'm going to chop that up now too. And I want that into same size pieces as this seafood medley. Alright, so that's going to quickly just chop that up. Perfect. Okay, it's all together. So that's about 1.25 cups of seafood mix, which is perfect. All right, now the trick here is I'm going to heat up my bechamel. So I'm going to put my bechamel sauce right into my mushrooms. So in that goes. Stir that around. Now this isn't going to take long to get ready because the mushrooms were already pre-cooked because I was cooking them before I joined you on video. So here we go, look at this beautiful sauce. It's just going to be amazing. Alright, the sauce is cooking away. And I do want to heat up the sauce before I put my seafood in, because once my seafood is in, this is going to go in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'd say probably more like 15. And you want your seafood mix hot before you put it in the oven, because I have here also 3 cups of pasta that I've already pre-boiled. And this is that beautiful Italian pasta. It's called cialentini. And it's just corkscrew. It is the cutest pasta, and it's perfect for this dish. And here's my casserole dish right here. I'm going to add my pasta to the bottom. But before I do that, alright, my seafood sauce now. So it's a mushroom sauce with the chilies in it, is now coming to be really hot. So I'm going to add my 1.25 cups of my seafood medley, and I'm going to add 1/2 cup of the Parmesan cheese right now into that. Alright, so we're going to stir that up. Now that, believe it or not, is ready to add to this casserole dish. So I'll show you now what I'm going to do. As I said, I don't want my seafood to necessarily cook here because it's going in the oven. All right, so here's my here is my casserole dish. And what I want to do is I want to add my pasta to the casserole dish. So in goes my pasta, just to the bottom. Now I did pre-do 3 cups, and it looks like 3 cups is actually perfect for this. All right, so to that I want to add, so there's my pasta, you can see that good. So to that I'm going to add all of my sauce, and that's just going to go on top. So I'm just going to layer that on top. Oh, that's just perfect. Perfect. Now, if you think that's going to be a little bit too thick, I have pasta water on the back here. I'm just going to add maybe a ladle and a half of pasta water. Perfect. Stir this around, get that going. Make sure it's well distributed. Perfect. Now to that, I want to add my flat leaf parsley. Now, of course, if you had any other type of herbs, you could add those. But flat leaf parsley is very nice for the top of this. And I'm going to just put it in and then mix it around a little bit. And then, excuse me, I have some fresh chives out of the garden already. And it's March, I can't believe it. So stir that up, flat leaf parsley in, and it adds this beautiful green, bright green color. It's just going to be perfect. So now my cheese on the top. That's the other half cup of the grated Parmesan. That goes on the top. And the last thing I'm going to add is my diced chives, right from the garden. And of course, if you can't get them in your garden, then they always have them at the store, so it's perfect. So this is going to go in the oven, and when it's ready, it'll take a good few minutes in the oven because you want it to heat right through. I'll show you what it's like. This is going to be absolutely delicious, starting with a basic bechamel sauce. Thanks. The casserole has been in the oven for about 25 minutes. Let's have a look. I think it's ready. Okay, timer off, oven off, and casserole out. Now, if you wanted it to brown a little bit on the top, you could take the tinfoil off and brown it for the last 10 minutes. But this is going to be amazing. Well, it looks beautiful. It's really good. So let's just take a little portion of this. So look at that beautiful sauce. It's all sticking together. And I can see the prawns and the fish and the tilapia and the flat leaf parsley. It's so pretty and it's so nice. All to do with the basic white sauce. Now there's my piece of tilapia, which probably is absolutely delicious. And I can just taste a hint of chili, a little bit of heat. Perfect to accentuate all these beautiful flavors. So here's my seafood medley casserole using that beautiful basic white sauce that is so easy to make. So I hope you enjoy this. And thanks for joining me on Cooking Uncovered. Good night.